Good morning, everyone. A quote that's attributed to Nelson Mandela has always been close to my heart. He said, speaking of difficult things, it always seems impossible until it's done. When the Board of Supervisors for our county voted to implement a gerrymandered district map in late 2021, hope for the preservation of a balanced and fair local democracy did feel impossible. Our citizens were asking how something so blatantly unfair and purposefully manipulative could have been adopted here. After all, redistricting wasn't even necessary after the 2020 census. We are a community, though, where obvious injustice leads to action, not silence. The SLO County Citizens for Good Government was born from that outrage, a collective action by thousands of community members who sought a path to change this outcome. A diverse group of community leaders banded together to design a plan to right this injustice. Our early steps to launch our plan included filing with the Secretary of State, forming a board of directors, and securing expert legal counsel. Realizing the scope of the daunting task our David versus Goliath undertaking would require, we raised over $200,000 in 1 week and another $100,000 in a month. We knew from that response that the community was fully engaged and fully committed to righting this wrong. We did it all as a nonpartisan, non-political, volunteer coalition of citizens. Our board of directors has members of varying political parties who worked collaboratively to further this goal. In January of 2022, we filed a lawsuit against the county challenging the map adopted based on it being a violation of the Fair Maps Act and really basic decency and respect of governments. You probably know what happened during 2022, especially if you're a Good Morning SLO member and regular. In a nutshell, though, after a year-long battle, the county agreed to settle the case and adopt a legal map. Yeah. The implementation of a new map was the goal, and we reached it. The biggest takeaway, though, was the realization that a small group of ordinary citizens can change the world. And ordinary citizens we were. Those involved, while committed and generous with their time and energy, are not different from anyone in this room. They juggled work, kids, relationships, and life events to dedicate their time, all for the purpose of keeping local democracy intact. The collective effort proved that there is power in community. At a time when our country feels so politically divided, we showed that a group of citizens working across the aisle can successfully hold their government accountable. Everyone in this room can do what we did. Recognize your own power and advocate for what matters to you. As a retired member of a board of supervisors, I learned that citizens need not blindly accept government actions. Challenging decisions that are wrong is the right thing to do. The more eyes that pay attention to our elected leadership, the greater is the chance that they will do the right thing. Looking forward, one important way to ensure that another redistricting nightmare is not repeated is through the creation of an independent redistricting commission. Our county board has slated an IRC for discussion on its September 12th agenda. Be there if you can. There are truly so many people to appreciate. 2,500 plus people contributed financially. Our entire organization was a volunteer coalition which got things done. Our volunteer legal team was tireless and extremely effective. Our alliance with the League of Women Voters demonstrated the breadth of support that our cause generated. Your chamber stepped forward as a vital stakeholder to support fairness in this process. Without the diverse outpouring of support, this outcome wouldn't have been possible. Thank you for the part you played. And finally, I would like to say that some of the SLO CCG leaders are here this morning, and I want to give a particular shout out and thanks to them, and to particularly our president, Jim Gardner, for his leadership. You know, it did seem impossible, but now it's done, and democracy will see another day. So thank you for your time.